What's up, y'all? So, 34 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and 24 knockouts. AB, Adrien the Problem Broner, having weight problems before this Omar Figueroa fight? Oh, man. Alright, so, I was casually scrolling, doing my thing on the internet, minding my own business, doing my house chores, being 17, until I saw some clips of Adrien Broner in his most recent video. And you know what I saw? A bloated Broner. Like, the shape that Broner is in these videos and clips is straight up just like, oh my gosh, man. It looks like he's out of fight shape. It looks like he don't even got to fight, and he just had a fight, and he just rehydrated back to his typical outside weight. But it's 20 days before the fight, and he still looks like this. You'd expect by the 20 days for them to be in pretty good shape, but he looks out of shape right now. Like, straight up. He looked tubby, man. He looks straight tubby. I understand, working out is very difficult. But dang. Secondly, too, like, one of the, what annoys me the most about him, too, is, his potential. His potential is what's crazy. His potential is so crazy, in my opinion, from my perspective. His potential is absolutely significant. Crazy-ass potential. One of his most recent videos is called Work or Die, and he looks pretty out of shape in there. And it's surprising, when it's only 17 days before the actual fight is happening. So that's interesting. I would have expected Broner to be in better shape by this point. So I'm really concerned if he could comfortably make 140. I don't know, man. I seriously do not know. I think he's going to he's going to seriously drain himself for the worst fighting at 140. I think it's a good weight for him in concept, but from how out of shape he looks right now for a 140 fight, if it was for 147 or 154, I'd be like, okay, all right. But for 140, I think he might come in out of shape, which is not good, man. It's not good at all, So I hope he gets into shape. I hope he comes into good shape for this fight, because I don't want him to miss weight. That could jeopardize some aspects of his career, I feel. And secondly, too, it could make him seem like he doesn't have that work ethic. One of the main criticisms that Broner has always had was he don't got the work ethic. He don't got this. He says hard work, 25-8, but he don't got the work ethic. He's too busy partying too much. He's too busy doing a plethora of other activities, man, instead of just staying in the game and working out, staying active and fighting, right? I mean, I feel as though from my perspective, you could work. You could work hard. You could work your ass off to get, a championship belt. You have all time to party and, go to clubs and stuff. But if you want to have a long-lasting career, you might have to stay active and stay in shape for a lot longer of a duration before you actually want to go ahead and party, man. Or at least if you're going to party, get back to the gym right after. Broner's the type of guy to be a little bit more excited to drinking after the fight, after his training. I remember looking at the Giovanni Santiago interview, and also that's like the post-fight. That's also another reason why I say Broner could have been one of the biggest stars in the sport, because of his personality. He is hilarious. He's funny. He's definitely funny most of the time. Other times he may act like a douche, but other times, he's a very funny person. His Vlad TV interview was all right. I wouldn't say it was my cup of tea in terms of his responses, but, it was a pretty good interview. And for Broner, just in general, he's hilarious, man. Very boastful personality. Early 2010s, Broner, we have not seen a prospect anywhere near his personality. Broner is himself. Broner is Broner, man. He had everyone born in the late 1980s behind him, I feel, before he had those losses that completely stunted his career. And I truly believe that. I make that generation specific, because that generation was Generation Y. Generation YZ, let me say that. So there's Gen Z, us, right? People born in the mid to late 90s and 2000s, and you had Gen YZ, I think, or Y. I would consider it Y. The early 90s to mid 80s, probably the Y category, It's like the early 80s, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. And, you know, you got Gen Z even further than that, which is like the 60s, I think, 70s, I don't know, one of those. But to my standard, yeah, I would just consider them just that past generation of a decade ago, pretty much. Like, the one that that my mother was around, basically, because my mom was, you know, I would say she's like a year older than Broner, basically. She's a year older than Broner. So year or two older than Broner, basically. I think she's like 30, 34, 35, one of those. And asked to go into more detail, I felt as though Broner had people or boxing fans of that time around that age and category really going up. Remember, he was marketing on World Star, and I remember World Star very clearly. I was around people who were, you know, in their mid to late 20s or early 20s around this time, and I saw how popular these things were. I saw how popular the music was during that time, and the schemes and the charismatic personality that Adrien Broner had. Truly, I believe Adrien Broner is a more fluent talker than a Floyd Mayweather. I feel as though when it comes to Broner, it comes more natural to him than a Floyd. Floyd is a talker too, of course. That's why he's the biggest boxer ever, probably. It's either between Floyd or Mike Tyson or Ali. I think Ali may be the biggest ever, but statistics aside, Broner is definitely a person who had the potential to be magnificent in terms of popularity. And he just ain't looking that too good in shape, man. He's just not looking that good in shape. He probably is gonna make 140, but I don't know how he's gonna look in the ring though if he's losing weight this quickly. I hope he has a game plan set up. I hope he has his I hope he becomes more dedicated to the sport again. Maybe not. I don't know what's there left for him to be motivated about. You know, is he trying to get that 140 title? If he is, then hey, maybe, you know, maybe they might give him another title. You know, I don't know. I don't even know if Broner may ever get a title shot ever again. Maybe after his next loss, if he loses ever again, he may end up his career may be over. And as for this fight, though, Omar Figueroa is like a stylistic nightmare for Broner, in my opinion. Omar Figueroa gets things ugly. He roughs you up. He throws so many punches. He can put on that pressure. He can make you fight on the inside. It's just, there's a little bit of an issue, though, with the Broner thing. There's a little bit of an issue. Now, Adrien Broner seriously can have a pop shot. Adrien Broner can be like, pep, 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 pep. You know what I'm saying? Like, and those pop shots may get to Omar Figueroa. You know, Adrien Broner has that pop shotting type of style. If we can just pop you a couple of times now, I think, now when I say that, you know, you could pop shot and have no power, but I think Broner has enough power to hurt Omar Figueroa while Omar Figueroa is trying to fight. And Broner has some pretty good inside game. Like, if you look at that not Antonio Margarito, I don't know. If speaking of Antonio Margarito versus Broner, that'd be a bad fight. That would look like, I don't even know how that would look, but it wouldn't be good for Broner. If it was Margarito with no power, okay, I could see him winning. But Antonio, that other Antonio guy, yeah. Antonio Demarco. And against Antonio Demarco was stylistically perfect for a Broner because Demarco didn't throw that many punches. He didn't throw that many punches, man. He was never a person who threw that many punches. And for a fighter who doesn't throw that many punches against Broner may take the lead. Especially with his inside fighting in that fight. He was showing a lot of physicality, using his shoulders effectively, uppercutting. Like, he was beating the heck out of Antonio Demarco. He was beating him bad, man. Giving him a bad beating, bruh. Rocking himself, man. It's crazy. But you know, that's not that same Adrien Broner. That same Adrien Broner, I feel like there's always a different version of fighters. I don't think it's always a scenario of, oh, every time he stepped up, he would have always lost here and lost there. I think against most of the fighters that Broner has lost to, yes, I do think so. But I think there are other fighters that Broner has not fought, didn't fight, that he could have probably won against, who were belt holders and seen as elite fighters. Like, I'd have Broner over Abner Mares, for instance. That's like an example. I think Broner could have done a lot. He was managed pretty well for his career already. He had a split decision over Pauly, but I feel like there were more champions. I feel like Broner's a little underrated when it comes to how good he actually was, because I feel like Broner could have beaten a lot of guys that he hadn't faced, who people would automatically think, man, Broner would get destroyed by him. Nah, I don't think so. I'd predict like this fight to go basically like a Broner decision or Broner by stoppage. I think Broner should stop him, but looking at how he looks like 17 days before he gets in shape, I don't know, man. That's not good. That's not good, man. It's not good at all, man. It's just, I keep repeating myself. I'm just pointing out how bad it is, basically. And it's horrible, man. Said it again. And another thing too, even if Omar Figueroa has a lot of pressure, Abel Ramos, man. Abel Ramos dominated him. And Abel Ramos is not seen as a very good fighter. He's okay, but he's not seen as a very significant fighter either. And, he was dominated by Ugas, which is okay. That's valid. Then, before that, his career was pretty good. His career was pretty dang great, So, let me know your opinions about this fight. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you guys feel like Broner is going to come into weight in this fight, or do you think he's not? Thank you for watching. Also, please like and subscribe. Thank you so much.